All right, so this is our one example. Construct a box plot for the data given below. So this is our data here, right? So starting with 32, 37, 41, 44, right? So all the way you see that, a lot of numbers there. So in each, like say if you see that in each line, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 data points in each line. So there are 4 lines, a total 32 data points, right? So first thing when you construct a box plot is that, you rearrange the data from smallest value to the largest value. And luckily in this data, it's already rearranged. You can see that the values are arranged in ascending order. So that's good. So we have at least like say, saved one step, right? So then the next thing is that after rearranging this data, the next thing is that you find that like say first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. That would be our next step after rearranging data. And once we find that, then the next step is find IQR, right? Interquartile range. So that is actually the difference between Q3 and Q1. Right? And then you find lower fence and then you find upper fence. UP, UF and LF. And then we just, plot these quantities and then draw the graph. So after rearranging, because it's already rearranged this data, so Q2 is the first thing you look for. That's the median of the data, the middle points. And you see that because the total values are 32 and 8 in each row, so then your the median would be after this one value, 69 here, where I draw this line. So at this point, this 69, between 69 and 70, right? Because this would divide this part here, this line, this divides 16 values before it and 16 values after this one. So then to find this out, so we then take the average of these two values. So then this Q2 would be then this average of 69, this 69 and this value 70, these two values. So we would just add them. So 69 plus 70 and then divide by 2, average of this one. So this would be 69.5. So this is our Q2. And Q1 now, Q1 is the middle of the first half, right? So before this line, so middle of the first half. So first half is these two lines, this first and second line, right? So starting with 32 here and then ending at 69. So this is our first half. And again, there are 16 values. So middle would be after the half 8 values here. So this is the middle of the first half, this one, this after 55. So it means that this line here, after 55, this is splitting the first half into two halves. So first 8 values on before this line, and then 8 values after this line up to 69. So again, it's so it would be, because there's no exact value here, so we have to take the average of 55 and 57. So Q1 would be 55 plus 57 divided by 2, and that would be equal to 56. The same way, Q3, that is the middle of the second half. So after 69, that's a 70 to this part here, right? So these two lines. The middle of these would be here after 79 here, right? So it means that again, it's there's no exact value here. So then you combine the 79 and 81. The average of these two would be Q3. So you simply 79 plus 81 divided by 2, and that is equal to 80. So that's your Q3. The next is IQR, right? So IQR is Q3 minus Q1, and Q3 was 80, right? So this we just found it. So minus Q1 is this one here, 56, right? So 56. So this would turn out to be 24. So IQR is 24. So we got these three values. We got Q1, we got Q2, we got Q3, we got IQR. The next is LF and UF, lower fence. So lower fence would be like this way. So lower fence is Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. Interquartile range, right? And Q1, if you see that here, we got our 56, right? So 56 minus 1.5 times IQR, and IQR we just found here, that is 24. 24. So 24 times 1.5 is 36. So you would have 56 minus 36, which is equal to 20. That is the lower fence. And then upper fence, UF. So that would be Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR. So Q3 is, we got here 80, right? So if you see that, this is 80, right? Q3. So you say 80 plus 1.5 times IQR. IQR is 24. So that is 1.5 times 24 is 36. So 80 plus 36. So that is equal to 116, right? So 116, right? So this is your upper fence, this is your lower fence, right? And then we have all these values, and now we can quickly construct these this graph here, right? So let me move this slide a little bit up, and then I draw the graph. And remember these Q1, Q2, Q3 values, and so then draw the graph. So let me here quickly write down our Q1 value was 56. So just, and Q2 value was 79.5. Q2 was, what was Q2? 69. So 69.5. And Q3 was 80. Right? So all right, so these were our values, right? So now we have to just draw the graph. So in order to draw the graph, so what you have to do is that you have to just like say, write down a line here. Right, so line here. And then you would be here like say writing down those numbers, right? So that Q1, Q2, and Q3. Say, for example, this is here somewhere in the middle, say this is Q2, for example. Q2 and Q2 was our Q2 is 69.5 and Q1 is 56. It's below this somewhere here. So say is a 56, for example. So Q1 and which is equal to 56. And then Q3 is 80. So that would be like T and 80. So here somewhere would be 80, for example, right? So Q3. And at these points, so you draw vertical lines, right? Q1, Q2, Q3, and 80. Q1 at Q2, you draw this vertical line. This one, and at Q3, you draw vertical line. And then make a box here. Right, this one. So Q1, Q2, Q3, you write them down and then draw vertical line and then make a box there, right? So this is your box. And now we have to draw its whiskers. Okay, so first you have to mark what is the lower fence. The lower fence is 20 here. See, lower fence is 20. So 20 would be somewhere here, for example. So 20 at 20. So you have this lower fence. So I would draw this bracket here. So So label as lower fence. Similarly, upper fence is 116 here. So upper fence would be somewhere here. So somewhere 116. So you would have this. So this is upper fence. And now we have to look into the data. First, the smallest value, which is larger than lower fence, mean that which is not an outlier. So our lower fence is 20, and we have to see that what is the smallest value in the data, but it's greater than 20, right? So let me show you data back a little bit. I'm moving this slide, this screen a little down. So see that, so the smallest value is 32, or in the original data, the smallest value is 32. And it's bigger than 20, so it means that there's no outlier, right? So there's no value smaller than the lower fence. So it means that there's no outlier. So 32 is within the lower bound, right? Within the lower fence. All right, so let me take you back. So 32, so 32 is somewhere here, right? So it's 20, 56, so 32 would be somewhere here. So let me just mark here. So that would be 32, smallest value. And then you can here mark a point here, and then join this with the line to the middle of this box. And this is called whisker, right? This is whisker here, 32. Similarly, now on the other side, find the largest value which is lower than upper fence, 116, this one, right? So lower than 116. The largest value in the data, but it's lower than 116. So let me show you data again and see that what is that value. And if we go back to the data, the largest value you see is 99 here. So this is the largest value here, 99. So it means that, so there is no outlier, 99 is less than 116, so 99 would be somewhere here, 99. And so again, mark this point here, and then, right, so this is the whisker, right whisker and left whisker. So now, for example, if there would have been some other value which is larger than 116, so for example, there's a value like 130 here, for example, so then that we draw outside the upper fence. And if some value lower than 20, so that we draw below the lower fence, and we just mark a asterisk. If there is some value, we just mark a asterisk. For example, if we have a 10 value, which is lower than 20, so we would just mark a asterisk here, but we don't have it, so we don't mark that. Similarly, if we have value like 130, which is bigger than 116, so then we mark the asterisk on the right side outside the upper fence. So because we don't have them, so it means that we don't have outlier. So we are pretty much done. Now, last thing we have to do is that once we draw this graph, then we just remove these lower fence and upper fence, because they lower fence and upper fence, they are no longer part of our graph. So we just erase them. So lower fence, erase it. And similarly, upper fence, you just erase it. So now this remaining part, so this is the graph, right? So now your graph is this one. So without those fences, right? So this is your graph.